The November 2011 TWHL Map of the Month award goes to Surfacerun by noSICK, making him the first ever consecutive back-to-back winner of the award following October's Map of the Month, Dystopia. It's also a welcome break from deathmatch maps. To mix things up, let's start with architecture. Every single nook and cranny of this map is extremely well crafted. There's no areas that are left bare, even the ceilings are well detailed, and it really captures the feeling of the original Half-Life. Despite being somewhat blocky overall, there are some excellent set pieces, for example the destroyed labs on Zen or this really cool power generator. Also, brushwork is very clean throughout, and overall it gives the map a very solid feel. The texturing totally captures Black Mesa's style, and everything is really well aligned. My biggest problem with texturing is that water and glass throughout the map seems to be a little bit too opaque. It's just quite odd. I'm also slightly bored of Half-Life's original textures, but to be honest they're used so effortlessly well here that it doesn't even matter if they're low res or if we've seen them all before. There's lots of variety in the lighting with plenty of different colours, and there's areas that have really dark shadows, and there's areas that have really bright highlights. It's a very good contrast. It's a bit of a shame that some hallways and locations just seem a little bit bland in comparison. Moving on to ambience and trying to find a flaw with it would be like trying to cut a concrete paving stone in half with a Jaffa cake. There's loads of variety in the sound, and they all feel like they suit the locations they're used in. Also, the volume is perfect. They're never too annoying or insistent, but you're always dimly aware that they're there. Absolutely spot on. Gameplay for the most part is very good fun, and the combat is really well balanced so that you always have a sense of challenge but never feel overwhelmed. This is due to really clever weapon placement and health kit placement. There's never really any explanation of the overall mission though, or any backstory. The only inclination you get to go through the final door is that you spawn seeing Barney trying to open it and dying. There's also no constant sense of progress. You're often backtracking, and sometimes with no explanation for doing so. It sometimes feels like you're going sideways rather than forwards. There's also normal gravity on Zen, which is a little bit weird, but I suppose if you'd used standard Zen gravity it would have emphasised your use of invisible walls, which I am so sick of seeing. I mean, how would you feel if you saw Batman and you were like, oh my god, it's Batman, that is awesome, I'm gonna go meet him. And then a slab of air smacks you in the face and says, no, you're not going there. That's what it's like. That was a perfect fucking metaphor. My last nag about gameplay would be that there's no autosaves. It's not too difficult, so you're not too likely to die, but it could happen, and when it does, if you have to restart the whole map, it can get pretty annoying. Overall, this is one of the best standalone maps I've ever had the pleasure of playing, with an entertaining mix of puzzles and combat which instantly reminded me of what made Half-Life 1 great in the first place. With a bit of backstory and a greater sense of purpose, this would be perfect. Download it. Don't forget to vote for next month's Map of the Month, link down below and in the description, further down below, and leave a comment on what you thought of the map or what you thought of this review. Cheers and see you next month. Following October's Mop of the Month.